with respect to our institutional reforms, we are going to carry out more institutional reforms, particularly with respect to professionalism in our operations. I'm very sure you agree with me, Shea, in the last 1 month or 1 or 2 months, you've not been hearing the issue of, busting into houses and all of that, even though we're still carrying out our investigation of cyber criminals, the so-called Yahoo boys on daily basis, and we are arraigning them in court. That will show you that we have brought in some elements of professionalism in the way we do our things.
So your approach is now different? Because the commission has been heavily criticized in the past about jumping into the roof, jumping on people's houses, and at the end of the day, nothing comes out of it.
See, I tell you, there's a difference between investigating politically exposed person, public corruption, and cybercrime. When you are investigating cybercrime, you don't send invitation to people the way you send invitation when you are investigating politically exposed people. You know why? Because the dynamics is different. The way people carry out cybercrime is quite different. Now, if you, let me use the word commonly used by Nigerians, Yahoo boy. If you're a Yahoo boy, and we invite you, we send an invitation to you to come, for interrogation or to clarify issues, before you get to us, all the equipment and items that you used to perpetrate your fraud, you would have probably deleted or thrown out some of those things, throw them away.
So that's why you bust?
No. That's why we sting. We carry out our sting operations professionally. So it is important, it's expedient for you to carry out your operations in a professional way, in such a way that you will not lose your evidence because of investigation, and at the same time you follow the due process of law. So that's why all over the world, law enforcement agencies, they carry out sting operations when it comes to certain categories of crime.
Because people will give example, Mr. Olukoyede, of how Hush Puppy was arrested in the UAE, in alliance with the UAE government and the FBI, how he was coordinated, and that sting operation was carried out, and there was a bust on him. And that those who will say, can EFCC go in that direction to be able to have a coordinated operation that will lead into decisive arrest and prosecution of elements who are doing criminality?
Sure, I give you an example. The example you just gave me now, if you were to be Nigeria, Nigerians would have criticized you for arresting somebody in the dead of the night. You know the time the Hush Puppy was arrested? So if we had done that, Nigerians would criticize you for arresting people at the dead of the night or the dawn and all of that. But you see, we have, I just told you now, in the last 2 months, we have carried out hundreds of arrests of Yahoo boys. But you are
on sting operation,
but nobody had anything about it. And I've just told you,
more professional now.
That is the result of the review of our, institutional reforms, and also our processes and policies, But again, as law enforcement, sometimes you have to use the force of law to carry out your activities. You must also agree with us in that respect. There are some of these guys you can't see in the broad daylight. They don't come out in the broad daylight. So you have to plan your operations very professionally. There are some of them that you don't find them in their houses. Most times you find them in hotels and apartments. And so if you carry out your surveillance and you know where they are at the right time, you carry out your arrest.
So Nigerians in 2026 should expect from the EFCC that whenever they see EFCC officials at the door of anyone, they know that it's legally backed and it's professional. That's what we should expect in 2026.
That's right, because we have the power to do so. Our law enables us and empowers us to do that.
Without a warrant.
He effect arrest without a warrant. The law, the badge I carry is my warrant to effect an arrest.
Anytime.
Anytime, any day.
And on any door. To kick any door down, anytime, any day.
Look, if I have to break down a door for me to effect arrest, I will do that. And you see FBI do you see them do that? You see NCA do that. So why is our own different? See, Chio, it's important for us to appreciate the institutions we have in Nigeria and to make them work. Foreigners will not do it for us. We have had cause to carry out joint operations with our counterparts abroad, FBI, NCA, and the records are there. Professionally, we have been given laurels with respect to professionalism. I, as a person, have been given from so many countries. I've had cause to receive the director of FBI in my office to acknowledge what we do here in this office. He came from America to acknowledge our work. So if foreigners acknowledge what we do, what about Nigerians? Why can't we allow these institutions to survive? If we have been complaining, if corruption is our problems, look, nobody is perfect, and you are not going to get any perfect institution anywhere in the world. We have our shortcomings, but with our modest achievements, Nigerians should support us, because this thing we do is for Nigeria. It's for the progress of this country.